Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 702.5 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
Jones, hey, Greg Deville was at it, man, hey. If you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help. You wanna be a broker, you wanna be broke. You wanna be the joker, you wanna be the joker. You gotta bring more to the table than your hope, dreams and wishing. I can feed you fish or I can take you out fishing. I can show you the vision, addition and division, mathematic equation. Make the money flip like an acrobatic, amazing. Greg Deville help you build the foundation. I'm saying, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville, he'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in, we here to help. Now tune in, we here to help.
All right, it's that time of the day. That's right. It's now 3 o'clock. I'm Greg Deville, your host of Let's Talk Real Estate with Greg Deville. All right, good stuff. Just watching my engineer do what she does, getting us set up on the air here. We're always live every Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. We're excited about more great information as it relates to real estate. Many of you know real estate is my passion. It's the driving force. It's the wind beneath my wings. You know, it's what I enjoy doing. I've helped more families create wealth through equity than many realtors have. It's been a good number. My wife and I have been able to build the largest black-owned real estate firm in the state of Nevada. Isn't that great? Praise God, man. That's good stuff. We have been working endlessly to satisfy the wealth mindset of the people, to get you in position to understand when you pay rent, you're paying a mortgage. You're just paying it for someone else. So how long do we continue? Because as the old saying goes, when you know better, you can do better. Is that right? So I wanted to say that this afternoon I was over at the county recorder's office and just looking at some defaults. You know, right now times are really tough for many families, and there are many families who are losing their homes. They have a list that I have been able to review as of today. 20 days ago. As of 20 days, including today, there's been 125 notice of default. What is a notice of default? That means a default in mortgage. That means 125 people in the last 20 days have been served a notice that they're losing their homes, that they're being foreclosed on. My job as a real estate broker is to help you sell your home, save your equity, because many families are in that position. And if you know someone, listen, don't let the bank foreclose on their home. I typically on Saturday mornings, I went by a couple homes this weekend before my appointments, knocked on the door. They wouldn't come to the door because, you know, again, they know they're in trouble. They know they're in default, and they think, you know, you're from the bank, or they think you're just coming to put them out, right? And so I knocked on the door. I can hear them inside, but they wouldn't respond. I go to the next house and knock on the door. They come to the door, and I say, look, it's public record that your home is on the market. That's why you get all the phone calls. That's why people are knocking on your door. It's public record that you owe $245,000, but your home is worth $400,000. So I can sell that home and save that equity, meaning we could pay off the default. The title and escrow fees, there's no upfront cost working with Greg Deville, Team Deville. I'm able to get the client who signed up with me on Saturday afternoon. She said, Mr. Deville, I'm ready to move. She said, I've been getting a ton of phone calls. She says, but you came by the door and you made it work for me. I said, listen, we could sell that home and get you $138,000 to $140,000 to walk away. They're going to take the home. Unless you can come up with that $246,000, they're going to take the home. She's $43,000 in the rear. Now, can you come up with $43,000 in the next 60 days? Because that's what's going to happen. The property's going to go on the sale auction block. Unfortunately, someone may purchase that property for $246,000 for whatever's owed. That's all the bank wants. The auction will start. The bidding will start at $246,000 until somebody goes up and that's the last bid. It may end at $340,000. The bank will get a little bit more. However, we can do what is considered a pre-foreclosure sale. You know, pride gets in the way of many families. You know, pride, if you take the P off, will take you for a ride. If you take the E off, it will get rid of you and the equity you have. So many families, oh, no, I'm going to try to figure it out. And why are you trying to figure it out? The bank's figuring out what day we're going to put this house on the market. So she decided, Mr. Deville, I've been getting a lot of calls, but I feel comfortable with you. I feel comfortable that somebody sat down and explained to me how this is going to work. So I wanted to talk about that this afternoon for a moment, to just say to many of you, you may know someone who's in default. You know, and sometimes people won't say anything. They just lose their homes, and people are embarrassed. And I say this, if we sell it, like this lady, we're selling her home. We did put it on the market, $391. She'll get $140,000, $138,000. Pay off the bad debt. You'll have to rent for 1 year. Now, in 1 year, let's say you only owe $15,000 on the car, but you're getting $140,000. So you pay the car off, pay up those credit cards, get them back in circle. In 1 year, you only need to have a 580 minimal credit score. And let's say you get that 140 and you take a trip, right? You spend $3,000 or $4,000. You've been stressed out. You deserve a Waikiki, a Maui, what have you. Take $3,000 or $4,000. Put that on that. You got 25. So I'm giving you 140. You're gonna pay the car off. You're gonna pay those credit cards. You're gonna keep that 100,000. You're gonna put that away, because in 1 year you're gonna call. I'm gonna reach back out to you. You're on my reminder, right? Constant contact is gonna remind me to contact you 90 days prior to the 1 year. So we're getting close. Because that 1 year that lease agreement is up, I want to have you moving into another property. Remember that $100,000 I told you to put aside? When you get qualified, she still has the same job. She still has everything going. It's just when you get behind, sometimes it's hard to catch up. I understand. Been there, done that. Fortunately, I was able to get the modification. Not everyone gets the modification. So why not do a pre-foreclosure sale? Get that 140. Now, so you're going to qualify next year. Let's say you qualify at $450,000. Well, you're going to put that 100. So now you're only financing $350,000. Means your payments are going to be less. And now you're back into home ownership. Now you have your bills back under control. Now you're getting that fresh start, that new beginning. I'm Greg Deville, the broker owner at Deville Realty Group, 702-349-0162. Again, 702-349-0162. This is the kind of education that I've started this radio show. I've been 8 years this November doing radio 3 and 4 days a week. Now, I'm telling you right now, if you got a rental that you're living in and you've been there longer than 3 years, you're considered a first-time buyer. Stop giving your rent, your money away, even if you owned a home before. If you've owned a home before, you can still become a first-time buyer as long as it's been longer than 3 years that you have not and you currently do not own a home. you're a first-time buyer per the Federal Housing Administration. Okay, so with that being said, you know someone who is renting. I was just meeting a lady who was talking at the county recorder when I found this 125 people in 20 days. So I'm going to be knocking on some doors Saturday morning to educate the community about saving that equity. Yeah, you lose the home. So what? We sell it. We'll get you. So what if you only get 50? Someone may not get 140. I've gotten people 430. They were losing home. They hear me on the radio and they say, we've been hearing Mr. Deville, a voice, a name you can trust. I've been here. We've been doing this. We've helped countless numbers of families. Maybe you're next. Reach out to me. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville. Get to it. I have a special guest on this afternoon. I want to bring her back. We talked a few weeks ago, and it's so exciting to have Denisha Mingo. Many of you know in behavioral health, and we have her on this afternoon. She's live on the line with us. Good afternoon, young lady. Are we still there? We got it. We're back. We're back. All right, there she is. Hello, young lady. How are you today?
Hi. Thanks for having me again.
Yes, what we do. Listen, we're always about black business entrepreneurs promoting one another, getting to get the word out of whatever you're doing. I understand you have Charles with you today, and I'll let you introduce Charles to us.
Yeah, I think he's backstage. Do you have opportunity to bring him on?
There he is. Hello there.
Charles.
How's it going?
Yes.
How's everybody doing today?
Everybody's good. I'm good. I'm excited, man. Every Thursday, 3 to 4. That's what we do.
I'm sure you are.
I was on another station yesterday from 9 to 9:30. Was what we do. That's what we do. So pleasure meeting you. We work it. It's what we do. Well, we're empowering the community about generational wealth, right? This is what we do. That's why I say people that are losing their homes, don't lose it. You can get that money that's left in there. That's money in the pot. I don't care if it's 20,000. It's your 20. Because
I know,
like the. Mm-hmm.
I know Charles understands that because he's an entrepreneur as well. And he's actually one of our founding board members of Solutions of Change.
Okay.
We're talking about, well as our board chair. So
good stuff. So yes, Charles. I'm going to let you go ahead, Mingo, and talk about your event. I'm looking at it here, and you got a great lineup, panel lineup. I'm looking at, and all of which who I know. Dr. Edward.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Mary, Rose Gaston, Ender. I know all of them, and powerful people. So tell us a little bit more about it for someone just hearing about it through radio this afternoon.
Yeah, so Healing and Health is, they said my mic is cracking. It's better. Healing to Health is it's a ministry, it's a community intervention program that we started in 2017. So this year we're having our 6th annual Healing to Health community intervention program, and it's bringing the dialogue of mental health to the faith. And it's for anybody. It's not just those who are part of the faith-based community, but particularly those, because a lot of times we have some stigma in our communities of faith and in our churches. And so this year we're really excited. We have a prayer and worship night on Friday. And then Saturday is our full day program at Culinary. It includes breakfast, lunch, and we have breakout sessions. So you listed a lot of some people that you know, and those are our panelists, a lot of clergy. But then in our breakout sessions, we have clinicians talking about various topics related to the theme that is no more shame. So we got a workshop on rejection. We have a workshop on attachment. We have one on addiction. We have one on anger. So, I mean, I could go on and on. I want to let you get some opportunities to ask questions. Maybe Charles can add on. He's been a part. He's attended since when it was very small. It's a 4-hour summit, and now it's morphed into an all-day conference.
So go ahead, Charles. Let's hear your segment on it.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Denisha mentioned, this conference has been amazing, eye-opening for me over the course of a few years that I've attended. As Denisha mentioned, I was at one of the first ones that she did, and it was, like she said, it was intimate, it was quaint, it was in a worship facility, and it was the first time I had ever in my faith-based life heard mental health discussed in relation to faith.
Yes.
And it was very eye-opening and also very real. It was a lot of real discussions, right? Because I grew up in the church. I'm a church boy.
Yeah.
We were taught, leave your problems at the altar, and, basically just do the faith things, but don't do any of the practical things. And so the Healing to Health seminar, that was a seminar then, but now it's a conference, just opens your eyes as a believer, that faith without works is dead.
Absolutely.
And if you're not actually doing things to work on your, you talked about losing your health or your house. You can lose your mind. Why are you losing your house, right? There's so many things that can go wrong in it. And in Black community specifically, we just don't take enough time to take care of ourselves in general, right? A lot of Black men, we don't go to the doctor like we should. We don't get an annual checkup. It's very macho for us to just bear the pain and things like that. And we do the same thing mentally, especially in the church. And so it's very interesting to have this dialogue. And it's awesome to hear faith-based leadership start to have not only acknowledge, but actually be advocates for it, right?
Absolutely.
And the people in the panel, they're doing that. And I'm so proud to see the development of the conference, but more importantly, the development of the church to be able to acknowledge and recognize that these are things that you have to do, aside from just believing that God is going to fix it.
Right.
And you have to have application that you working hand in hand with the master, right?
Absolutely.
In order to get to where you want to get. And I myself, I'm a product of therapy. I went through about 6 months of therapy during a traumatic experience in my life. And it was every week. And I do not know where I would be without it. And listen, and at the same time, I was going to church every Sunday, so it wasn't like I was doing one and not the other. But some things the church doesn't specialize in, the pastors that are feeding the sheep, that's their job, right? And some of them may have counseling, therapy certifications and experience, but a lot of them don't. And it's important to acknowledge, even in the ministry, where your limitations are, right? And I think a lot of people have a hard time doing that. It's like, we are your pastor, so we can solve all your problems. No, you cannot.
Well, let me say this, Charles. Let me say this. There are pastors who need counseling. There are pastors, if they would just admit it, because, I was listening to the Bishop Jakes one day, and he mentioned, he says, he said he went through some struggles in his life. He said he could preach to the masses and went home and dealt with depression. Preaching to the masses and had to fight off because even in our own personal, away from ministry, we're still people, and we have our families and our children and those life situations. And sometimes we need to go, and it's all good. I'm still in counseling, right? I be like, when we do this again? Because just talking about it. Just talking, man, it's valuable. It's valuable. Denisha, I see you're back. Hope we're clear now. Yes, I can hear you smiling. I can hear you smiling, so I know we're clear.
Is it clear now?
It's clear. There we good. We are good. We are good.
On the right browser, but to just chime in on what you're saying, like, it is so true. And one of the things that we've seen over the last few years is an increase in mental health crises and suicide amongst clergy, because they are taking on so much and not managing their mental health. And so the beautiful thing about healing and health is, like, it is one of those things that you really have to experience. And I know I wish I could just explain it all, but it's so holistic. We have our mental health workshops, like I mentioned, but then we also have intervention workshops where you get tools. We have paint, movement, music, journaling, but then we have our faith track, and anyone can still be a part of those, but we intentionally have pastors doing those particular workshops so that pastors will come in one workshop. He is on managing mental health as a leader, and that includes managing your own mental health as well as that of those who God has placed you to follow. And so we're creating spaces and very specific targeted topics so that people really can get some good stuff. It's not general, and people really leave like change. Like, I have pastors who come to support,
Right.
We're like, I just want to show up because I'm happy you're doing this, and
Yeah.
they sitting down in there I needed this.
Well, you know, at the end of the day, you take on so many people's burdens as a leader, right? And you have to be able to how to unload because you feel bad what people are going through. Like even with this real estate, you know, I just left, I told you the county record, in 20 days, there's 125 families that are being displaced because they've gotten behind in their mortgage and the bank's saying, we're about to take this. And what I'm saying is, you know, here I'm working for you. Say, look, I'm going to sell your home and save your equity. And then I'm going to get you 3 weeks after we sell it for you to get moved out when you get the money because they can't afford to move. And this lady I went to, she is just so, she said, even on her job, they said, why are you losing so much weight? Why do you look so stressed out? And it's showing all over from the inside out. You know, mental health. People are going through these crises. Can you imagine 125 families? That's just in the last 20. Now, I didn't tell you about the prior to the 20, how many there is, right? Oh, there's, in just the beginning of the year, there's over 1,000 families that are being displaced because jobs, divorce, death, so many different things have happened. And so to hear this type of event, to help people to come and to learn, I'm not alone. When I went to counseling, I was a widow. One of the things that helped me when I went to grief counseling is that I wasn't alone. And that's why these kind of events are so powerful for those who, you don't know you need help till you get in there and you realize, wow, I really needed this. Yeah. That, you know, start hearing things like, oh, is that what I'm going? Is that what? I love it. I love it. When you text me today, can you come back? Yeah, absolutely. We want to share it. We want to share it. That's right. So tell us the date for someone that doesn't have the flyer or haven't seen it. Tell us the date, the time, the location. Give all that information, would you?
Yeah, so Friday, so it's a 2-day event. It's growing. So on Friday, we have a prayer and worship night. Shout out to Pastor Kelsey West. And I want to shout out Pastor Cheney, Dr. House, Dr. Parsons, like all of these pastors and churches who really got in behind it. Wonderful. And is a blessing. So Friday night is at Nehemiah Ministries from 7 to 9 p.m. That's our prayer and worship night, but you're still going to get some psychoeducation from a clinician. And then we're going to have Aria Gassett and Kay doing worship and then a small word. Right. And it really is just an opportunity for us to come out, use all our tools. We can still pray, we can still worship, but then we can also get some therapy or mental health. And so that leads us to Saturday. It's going to be at Culinary Academy. This right by Nevada Partners, Culinary and Nevada Partners, and you're going to get breakfast and lunch included. Culinary, if y'all have their food, listen, the food alone.
Yeah, no doubt. Now this is July 15th, so we're saying Friday, but July 15th is Saturday, so Friday is July 14th.
Friday and Saturday. So Friday night is the prayer and worship night at Nehemiah Ministries.
Yeah, the 14th. I want to give the dates because you said Friday, but it's not this Friday. It's next Friday. Next Friday. Sir. Okay, I want to give those dates, July 14th and 15th.
Yes, and on the 15th is from 8 to 4, and that's where we have our panel, we have our breakout sessions. And I saw you was going to ask something, Charles.
No, I was just wanted to differentiate two different locations, right? So just for the clarity, Nehemiah Ministries, I think it's 3606 Rancho, and then Culinary, which is on, like she said, next to Nevada Partners. West Lake Me. So 2 different days, 2 different venues. Mm-hmm. So just want to be clear on that.
And Friday is the evening night. It's just from 7 to 9. It's short.
Okay.
Pour out Saturday. You know, you can come to one or both, but Saturday is from 8 to 4, 8 a.m. to 4. You know, like I said, lunch is provided, swag bags, and there's just a full day. And for anybody who's really wanting to attend, we've been very fortunate to get some sponsorships. We've been working, and we also are offering continuing education units for any licensed clinicians or community health workers who want to attend. I know that they got to get that to keep their license up. Yep. But if you reach out to us and go to the website, www.solutions.ofchange.org, then we do have some sponsored tickets. We really don't want any barriers. We want people to be able to come out and get this. If the money is not a barrier, $35. That's not a lot for this power-packed event.
Absolutely.
And then you can call us at 702-445-6937. and we just want y'all to come, you know.
Right. And I think the Friday night is going to segue you in from the spirit of worship to get you mentally ready, you know, to release. Because what happens, I've understood what a lot of times is we got so much baggage on that Saturday morning that we haven't released the baggage, right? Which we'll do Friday night, release the weight, the baggage, so that we can be poured into. I always use the analogy, when you fill your car up, when it's full, it's just, that's it. You can't put anything in. But if you come Friday night and let the Spirit of God and release and just pour out and say, fill me up, and that Saturday, allow the presence of God and the education. And that's so powerful. That's what my show is all about, to be honest with you, is educating people and telling them this is what it's available to you. And so having this type of event and with the panelists that you're sharing, all of which I've sat under every one of them and heard their value that they bring. They all bring a value. And I want to say 90% of the people on here, I mean, I'm looking at your flyer, very, very powerful, very powerful. So Friday night, we're going to meet at Nehemiah. And that's at 7 p.m., correct?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Good deal. Go ahead.
Can I just want to interject one thing, because Danisha did mention you can come to one or the other. And I think, Brother Gray, you highlighted something which is really key. Last year, you know, I was at both. And there's something about that Friday night. That Friday night,
I can see it, man.
Listen, I'm gonna just give Pastor West his props. The way he dug out the relationship between faith and mental health. It was very powerful, very very powerful. And I was sitting in the back. I was just I'm on the board for the organization, but I am a recipient of everything that happens, you know. And so I think it's important to highlight that if you can make Friday, make Friday. Absolutely make Saturday as well.
Absolutely, no doubt, no doubt. That's very important.
That's why we did it that way. So, like you said, pour out, and then come back in, and feel like you need all the parts, and it really is a full experience. So, I just thank you for always, opening up this space for us. And I think what's one thing I do want to say is a lot of the feedback that we get, because we get some people who are not Christian or believers, and they come and they say, oh man, I still didn't know what I was coming in here. Like, it's not your typical church event on Saturday. You feel the presence of God, regardless of how you connect with that God. The atmosphere is there. It's beautiful, really. But you're not feeling like you're, we're not Bible thumping. We're doing mental health, but God is there.
But come with a spirit of expectation. We like to say that. Come with a spirit of expectation, expecting to get something, right? Doesn't matter where you are, what your walk, who your God is. This is mental health. We're dealing with the mindset, right? We're dealing with the inner man, and we need to get that man right. You know what I'm saying? We have so much in our families that we're going through, right? I'm telling you, even in my own home, I'm excited about this because I want to learn some new stuff, how to cope with certain areas, right? Because you're a powerful sister, and the information, Sister Mingo, that you share every time I come listen to you, I'm receiving so much. And so that's why anytime, let me put this out right now. Anytime you're having something, I want you to make sure you keep my number locked close to your heart, because as long as we have radio, this is what God gave it to us for, is to share information that's valuable and powerful in the community. It would be unfair to not give you this spot time to say, look, it's already paid for, right? The engineer already got me. I mean, the money, money was already out the account for the month, right? So she's over here laughing. But listen, this is what we do. This is why God has afforded us this privilege and this opportunity. This space is to pour out to the community, because I've been doing this 8 years on radio, 3 and 4 days a week. And it's all about helping out. And I think that's why we've been afforded to stay on radio. Even when other budgets gotten tight, radio's always been able to get, and we don't even do it with sponsors. We're able to afford to do it. God has afforded us. And like I said, I want to make that invitation for you, okay? So when you do it again, or whatever you're going to do, and we want community event. We need some publicity for it. Just know Greg DeVille's radio talk shows are always available.
I just want to tell you thank you.
Yes.
That is a testament of God's goodness in your life. And to be very honest, it's always been my prayer, Lord, create such an abundance that I can do your work without question. And
that's it.
Honestly, the only reason why we charge, the main reason is because it's important. You understand investing. People, when they invest in something, but we also don't want there to be any barriers because God is so good to us. It's like, how can we help you get, the things that you need? And so I just really received what you said, and I just want to just say thank you.
So those dates, and you're welcome again. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, is not to be taken back. So again, those dates are Friday, July the 14th, and Saturday, July the 15th. And if finances are an issue, don't let it be. We understand that there are sponsors that are available for those of you that want to attend, and you can't do Friday, but you can do Saturday. Certainly the contact information is 702-445-6937. Am I correct?
That's right.
All right. So listen, you guys, this is going to be a wonderful event, Healing to Health. And many of you got health issues because your mind ain't right? You be stressed out.
Psychosomatic disease.
There you go. Look at that. See all those big words? See, they got the big words. I just got the mic. See, I just so I let them do what they do. But I want to endorse, I want to support it. And again, everyone, share it with someone. It is going to be on Facebook. It's on YouTube. Share it with someone. I will be sharing it again and again. And I'm asking those of you who listen to the Greg DeVille Talk Show, you see me on Facebook, share it with someone. Sponsor somebody. If you can't go, I want to ask you to sponsor someone. Don't think that they don't have, well, they doing fine. Listen, I believe there's information here that's going to touch people and say, you know what, I didn't know I had a problem right there. Right? You'd be surprised. Just hearing somebody talk about it, you're like, I kind of deal with that. I didn't know that was an underlying health issue, right? So I think it's powerful. It's powerful.
And really quick, I know we're going to be wrapping up, but Thursday night, that is Stellar Awards weekend. So we're fortunate to be here. So Thursday night, we will be at Doolittle with Bear Tag Entertainment for the Stellar Awards Celebrity basketball game. The Jamal Bryant and some other Pastor Sapp will be there. And so SOC going to be in the building. Our board member Charles going to be in the building.
Okay. So why don't we get another show, because we still got next week. We got another show next week.
Oh, yeah, you can do it the day of.
Yeah, the day of. So let's hype that up one more time. So give us that contact information. Is there an email? Some people do things by email. Is there some other contact website information you want to share?
For this Stellar Awards or for?
No, just for the whole event. Just to have your information.
Absolutely. Board member, you want to give it out?
Yeah, and I put it in the chat as well. So the website for all the information is www.solutions, plural, of change.org. So solutionsofchange.org. And then the phone number is 702-445-6937. If you go to the website, there's going to be an events tab. Just drop down events. The Healing to Health will be there. All the information to register, the contact information is all there. So it just makes it easier if you just go to the website.
Also, so on that Thursday night, is there a cost for that at Doolittle?
It is $30.
$30.
That is on Eventbrite. If you search Bear Tag, like the animal BEAR TAG. You'll see it come up, and that is going to be, like we said, July 13th, and it is going to be in the evening. I'm trying to get the
Doolittle.
7 to 9 as well. So
7 to 9.
Have some fun Thursday night. Get some worship. Friday night and learn some stuff and get some healing.
There you go. That's powerful. And then I have a show next Friday at 9 a.m. So get with me on that one. That's at another station. Let's boost up that Friday night and that Saturday one more time on another radio show station I have. Okay. So we want to talk about it again next Thursday. All right. And then we're going to talk about it again next Friday, because we really want to get this mental health. I mean, it'd be nice to be at the Doolittle, right? But we really need this Saturday. We need this Friday, and we need this Saturday. It'll be fun to watch basketball with the preachers, right? old timers, old school, sitting out running down the court, right? That'd be cool. I didn't know Jabal had game, So that'll be fun. I look to be there. But let's talk about it again, right?
Yes.
Remind me, because I have 3 locations in real estate. I have a team of 42 members. I'm busy, right? I'm busy. So
I got you.
keep me as like you did today. Hey, we good? And I'll have the engineers send the link. Let's do it, okay?
Yes, sir. We will be there. We will be there. I'm hoping that, I think it's important, a lot of times as women talking about it. So I do appreciate you opening up your space and saying how important it is. And especially, Charles and some of the other men, Pastor West, Pastor Eccles, who've been proponents, because we all need it.
Yes.
Men really do too, though.
Right.
Sometimes hearing women talk about it seems like a women's thing. Men don't do that. And so, we're very grateful. So,
well, we
Charles,
definitely want to do it.
Come
for
with me.
men.
I want you to come back, but if not, it's all good.
Yeah.
I got you.
Charles, you're local in Vegas. Are you here?
No, I used to live in Vegas for 12 years.
So you're where now?
But I'll be back.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, again, everyone.
For all of it. Yeah.
Okay, so that contact information, everyone, is 702-445-6937. I want to thank you all for coming on the Greg Deville Let's Talk Real Estate Show. And we're talking about the health, and let's get that right for July 14 and 15. Actually, 13, 14, and 15 actually are the days that we're looking at. So exciting, very exciting. So thank you again for coming on today. I'm going to be sharing it, and hopefully you will, and let's talk more again next week.
All right. Thank you, brother.
Awesome.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Peace. Take care. All right, everybody, Las Vegas. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group. I was mentioning to you about the 125 families in 20 days have been served a notice of default. So if you know one of those, if you're a family, if you're one. Now, while I've got a few more minutes left, I want to talk to those of you who, again, as we talked about, you're renting. Now, I offer this coming Saturday, which is going to be July the 8th. Okay, my mother's birthday, July the 8th. We are having the homebuyer education course. That's an 8-hour homebuyer class, 8 to 3. It's going to be approved. It is approved by the HUD department, Housing of Urban Development, for the first-time buyers. Now, if you're a veteran, you don't have to take the course to get your loan pre-approved. But if you'd like to, you very well can. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Team Deville, Deville Realty Group. If you want to register for the course, July the 8th, 2023, let us get you on so that we can very well sign you up, have you registered. You will have to pre-register for the course. Okay, now that's first-time buyers. Now, veterans, if you're, and thank you for your service, veteran, Mr. and Mrs. or just ma'am, sir. Thank you for your service. We appreciate what you've considered doing for this great country. Again, you only need a mere 560 FICO. I mean, I've got lenders who said, look, Deville, bring them to me and I'll work with them with a 5. I will show them how to get it done. Now, remember, it's based on your debt-to-income ratio of how much you qualify for. So don't forget that, please. I want to make sure that we're helping you like we want to do with the mental health, that thing that we have coming up on the July 13, 14, and 15, right? It's going to be a wonderful week next week. So exciting, so much information. We want to continue to support that and tell a friend about it. Again, if you can't make it, sponsor somebody. It's only $35, okay? Not a big deal. Again, you're looking to sell your home. If you're getting behind in your mortgage, I really want us to deal with the elephant in the room. If credit is an issue, I've got creditors on standby who can fix your credit, get where you need to be, get you in position to help you become a homeowner. If you want to sell that home, so let's say you love your home, you're doing well, but you have equity in the home. I want to offer you an opportunity to become a real estate investor. Get into flip properties. You first need to get the pre-approval set up so you know how much you qualify for. Then we could talk about considering getting into investment properties, residual income. Because when you talk residual income, you go to work, your money should make money for you. You should not work for 30 years at a job and don't have another set of residual income. When we talk income, you should be having residual. If you own your home longer than 5 years, you should be considering a HELOC, home equity line of credit. using those funds towards investment properties, a duplex, a fourplex, what have you, etc. Now, not a single family home. Now remember, unless you have a goal for that, or you just don't want to be a landlord. But remember, duplex, triplex, fourplex, and up and above create residual income. So now you own a fourplex, 2 of the units pay the mortgage, the other 2 pay you. How you like that? 2 of the units pay the mortgage, the other 2 pay you. It's called residual income, and that's simply by using the equity that you have currently in your home. So if you're sitting on property, your home is well set up, it's where you want, or maybe you want to use that equity, some improvements, you could do a HELOC for that. But I would say use that money from that HELOC to invest, right? Now, understanding home improvements do increase the value on your property. It does increase value. However, if you can use those funds towards duplex, triplex, fourplex, etc., will create more residual income, and now you can flip that again in 3 to 5 more years, get you another one. Now, when you get ready to retire, right, you are now an investor in real estate. You're what the term they use, landlord, which what you used to pay. Now they're paying you. So we talk about landlords, and you're gonna become a landlord, but you own it now, right? You're creating the wealth through equity, because that's what the landlord is doing. And then when they get enough equity that you've paid down the principal, they tend to sell. Now, many are walking away with $250,000, $300,000. They take that from that house, and now they go buy a fourplex, and they multiply what they were getting for that one house that you paid down. Guess what they're doing? They're going to get a bigger building. So now we got 4 income versus your 1 income. I don't know that they tell you thank you, that you've been a 5-year tenant and you've been paying their mortgage for them, and they say I'm selling. They don't give you a notice until it's already considered. They don't tell you I'm considering. Now, if you like to purchase the home that you've been renting, you very well can. We can get you pre-approved, and as long as it meets the price of where the landlord may want to sell, then you could I've sold homes where, the landlord was going to sell, and they hear me on radio and they said, Mr. Deville, my landlord is selling. Can I, is it possible to, I said, look, call the lender. Let's get you pre-approved. I've sold in the last 2 years, probably 7 of those properties where tenants, they're now owners. They didn't have to move a box. It's their home. So you've been there renting anyway. You already paid into his equity. Now guess what? Let's pay into your equity. That's right. I'm Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, the name you need to know right here in the Valley, the largest black-owned real estate firm in the state of Nevada. We're having fun, helping families create wealth and residual income through equity. That's right, multiplying your income. We talk multi-stream income. Now, credit may be the issue now, but once you get that together, you can become an investor in real estate. We can get you into flip properties where you're buying and flipping homes. That's been my sustainability for years, is buying and flipping homes. If you got an ugly house you want to sell, guess what? I'm your boy. You know, if you got a neighbor next door and the house is a mess, text me the address. We'll buy the home. Now, as long as they're willing to sell, we can purchase, right? And we go in and beautify that property, and we put it back on the market. Sometimes the buyers are within 2 weeks, we have it on the market and it's closing in a month. So again, 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group, the name you need to know right here in the Valley. So let's talk about multi-stream income. Are you ready for it? I mean, you go to work every day. Are you ready for multi-stream? I know you get that paycheck bi-weekly, commission, what have you. But are you ready for residual income? I'm talking about you making money while you're sleeping. Are you ready for that? In many cases, it starts by getting your first home, creating wealth where you sleep, creating equity where you lie. So you should own the space your pillow's on. Where your bed is, you should own the space. And you say, well, I don't have the money down. Guess what? We have up to $30,000 to help you. If you're a veteran, no money down. It's just based on a FICO score. And many people hear it. I'm telling you, I've just had a lady call. I have another radio show I do on Wednesdays and Fridays, another station, and Sundays. Heard me yesterday for the very first time. Called, got approved same day. We're already going out this weekend, finding her a home. Guess what? This could be you. You've been hearing the show, you've been listening, but you just don't act because you're fearful it may not. But I say this, you have not because you ask not. You've got to step out. Give me a contact. Call me. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group. I want to help you become wealthy in real estate with multi-stream income. So not only do you work on the job or you own the business, but now your portfolio also includes real estate. The wealth you have become through insurance, real estate, and stocks has been some of the premier ways the wealth have gotten their wealth. So if you're ready for wealth, you're ready for multi-stream income, you need to I need to hear from you. Let's get you on the path of success. And how do you do it? Through real estate. Because you're going to stay somewhere. You might as well own the piece you're staying at. If you're going to pay into anybody's budget. In fact, I was talking to a lady, and she was saying her son, doesn't own. He pays $3,300 a month for rent. $3,300 a month for rent. I said, well, if he bought a home for $600,000 and the interest rate is 5.85%, I say his mortgage is $3,600. So he can own the house where he's paying rent for $3,300. He can own the house for $3,600 at $600,000. Now, granted, people don't know, right, until they hear the Greg Deville show, right? When they hear the Greg Deville show, they say, "Wow," because that's what his mom said. She says, "Wow, I did the math right there on my my phone. I did the math," and she looked at it and thought he can own for what he's paying rent. You know why people don't do it? They just don't know. But that's why I need you to share this information from Hot 702.5 with the Greg Deville Let's Talk Real Estate show, that we can empower the community about multi-stream income. You don't just have to live off the income on your job. You can have multi-stream properties in different states. Did you know you can buy a duplex in Decatur, Illinois for $35,000? You can buy a duplex in Decatur, Illinois for $35,000. It's property management everywhere. You used to buy that in Vegas, but Vegas has increased so that now we don't have those type of values. But back in the day, we had those values. You get a fourplex, for 100. I remember in 2007, you could get a fourplex for $92,000. You know how much it's worth today? $600,000. So guess what? Back when the market crashed, those same fourplexes up on Hollywood, I remember looking at them. We couldn't afford them. The number was bigger than we could afford at the time. Real estate just crashed. They went that low. But guess what? Those that purchased those properties, and now we're what? Some 13 years later, 18 years later, and now they're worth 500, 600, 700,000. Can you see that investment? Can you see why it's valuable to put your money somewhere that it makes money, and not just in Michael Kors, not just in Gucci, down to the sock? Right? You got to put your money somewhere. Even a car loses value. That's why we don't recommend buying a new car. Might as well get the used car. The value's out of it anyway. Right? Now, unless you just want to ball out, you never had a new car. Fine, I get it. But first, before you buy that new car, purchase a home. Because if you purchase the car, you put the cart before the horse. Now you can get a house for another year and a half. Right? But if you purchase the home first, guess what? You can get a car. You'll get some more credit cards. Listen, everybody will open the door once you get into a home. But if you do it the other way around, you will not get into a home. So homeownership is my passion. I want to see you create generational wealth. How? Through real estate. That's why it's called the Greg Deville Let's Talk Real Estate Show. To help you understand the value, the importance of real estate. So again, this November 2023 will serve as 8 years radio giving powerful information about residual and creating wealth through income, through equity. That's by owning your own home. So again, the engineer's looking at me upside the head. I got to get out of here. She's telling me, don't do it. Don't say another word. Give your phone number and go. Give your phone number. 702-349-0162. 702-349-0162. 0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group. I'm excited to share with you every Thursday right here at 702.5 FM. This is what we do. We talk real estate. We talk about wealth building. We talk multi-stream income. And we talk about how to build your business portfolio with real estate. All right? So, again, thank you for tuning in. Tell a friend, share the information, share the wealth, share the knowledge, share what you know and what you don't know. Call me and I'll give you the rest. 702-349-0162. Greg Deville, Deville Realty Group. We talk to you next week at the same time right here, Hot 702.5 FM, 3 to 4 p.m. I'll talk to you then. Have a great, safe weekend. It's going to be a lot going on, but it's going to be hot. Stay cool. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Watch out for your neighbor next door. Keep your eye on his spot. And until I talk to you then, may God's best be yours.
Yeah. Jones. Hey, Greg Deville was at it, man. Hey, if you want the real, holla at Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. If you want the real, listen to Greg Deville. He'll tell you how to do it. Now get to it. I'm talking real estate, building wealth, making money for your family and yourself. Now tune in. We here to help. Now tune in. We here to help. You wanna be a broker? You wanna be broke? You wanna be the joker? You wanna